Good day, and welcome to another Father IELTS lesson. There are many common and avoidable mistakes that people make due to stress or simply not taking the time to properly read questions. A lot of candidates tend to fall into one or more of these traps, but with the proper preparation and practice, you should be able to avoid them. We are going to take a look at both the general and language mistakes and some strategies that will help you to avoid them. It is important that you understand what these mistakes are and how you can avoid them with the correct preparation. If you are aware of the most common mistakes and you know how to avoid them, you will increase your chances of passing with high marks. General mistakes. Accent is not important. Pronunciation is. If you are not a native English speaker, you are allowed to speak with an accent, but you need to pronounce the words correctly. The best strategy to rectify this problem is to practice your word pronunciation using a voice recorder, like the one on our website. Play your answers back to yourself and practice the words you cannot say properly. You can also ask a native speaker or watch videos online if you need more assistance with a particular sound. 2. Your ideas are not the most important component of your answers, but rather how you explain them. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but you need to use accurate vocabulary and tenses when you formulate and convey your opinion. A strategy to improve your descriptions and answers is to practice again with a voice recorder to ensure that you are effectively getting your point across. Use the sample questions that are available in many training exercises here and practice the way you are going to answer them. 3. Not speaking like an individual. This means your ideas are linked to those of the general populace and that you are speaking as part of the majority, not as an individual. Individual people often have different ideas than the mainstream population. The best strategy to overcome this common mistake is to focus on your personal point of view and not what the masses think. Speak your mind rather than giving the answer that you think the examiner wants to hear. 4. Trying to make friends with the examiner. The examiner is there to assess your skills. Communication with someone you consider a friend will be easier, but people generally have slips in grammar and vocabulary when they talk to friends. It is also more common to use. To reduce the risk of trying to befriend the examiner, practice by speaking to random people. This will boost your confidence in speaking to others and help you to stay focused on your goals. 5. Employing stereotypes. Stereotyping is a taboo in every society and is a good way to negatively color the examiner's opinion of you. Do not link something to a certain cause, action, or group of people because it fits the general description. Rather, look for additional areas to focus on. When you practice your speaking, try not to think of stereotypes at all. People do not like to be tagged as something they are not. 6. Dressing inappropriately. Inappropriate clothes will create a negative impression that you are not professional, are attempting to sway the examiner, or simply do not take the examination process seriously. To avoid this common mistake, choose a conservative outfit that is professional or business casual. Avoid low necklines, tight-fitting clothing, or clothes that you would wear around your home, like a t-shirt and shorts. 7. Invading the examiner's personal space. Different cultures have different personal spaces. Some prefer to be extremely close to the person they are talking to, while others prefer to keep people at an arm's length. Try to keep at least 1 meter of distance between you and the interviewer. This will make the situation more comfortable for you and the person performing the exam. 8. Tone of voice. Try to speak at a normal voice level. Speaking too loudly or too softly will either cause the examiner to not hear everything you say or create an impression that you are trying to dominate the conversation. The best way to avoid this is with the voice recording practice. 9. Speaking too quickly. Give the examiner time to complete the question before you jump in with an answer. Not only will this give you the time to think about a proper answer, but it will also show the examiner that you are not simply racing through the exam. A simple strategy to avoid this mistake is to learn to listen and give the people you talk with enough time to complete their sentences. 10. Silence. Some cultures have a tolerance towards silence. However, the English do not. A few moments to arrange your thoughts is appropriate, but do not extend the silence too long. A silence longer than 5 seconds would be seen as a problem or a hesitation. Rather, buy time with an answer like, "Well, let me think," or "That is a great question." 11. Using memorized answers. The examiner will likely recognize that you are repeating a memorized answer. Practice speaking on a wide range of subjects rather than focusing on a general answer that can be altered to fit any question. A memorized answer will sound written and unnatural. 12. Parroting the question asked. Do not repeat the question as part of your answer. By using different words or a new type of answer, you will score higher marks. 13. Answering the wrong question. You need to listen and completely hear the question. Changing the subject is a big no and will reduce your final score. 14. Saying too little or too much. By saying too little, you miss out on an opportunity to show your skills. Saying too much might cause you to lose coherence and confuse yourself. 15. Asking the examiner's opinion. The whole idea of the exam is to judge your ability to create and voice your opinions. If you ask for the examiner's opinion, you shift the focus to the examiner. Language mistakes. 1. Using the present tense to talk about the past. This is probably the most common grammatical mistake in the IELTS test. Practice your grammar and focus on using the right tenses. For example, I went to look for him, but I never found him, instead of I went to look for him, but I never find him. 2. Using the wrong word order. Study your grammatical rules and make sure you use the word in the right places. For instance, the word always has to be positioned in front of the main verb. I always enjoy watching football on Saturdays, instead of I enjoy always watching football on Saturdays. 3. Forgetting to use a, an, and the. There are many rules regarding the use of articles, a, an, and the, but missing them in a conversation is the most common mistake. For example, I am a musician instead of I am musician. 4. Missing words in a preposition phrase, like in or with. Prepositions create flow and link explanatory phrases to the rest of the sentence. For example, I don't agree with this view, instead of I don't agree this view. The best way to eliminate grammatical errors is by practice alone. Record your answers and play them back to point out those obvious mistakes. If you find that you make the same mistake frequently, make an extra effort to avoid it. A lot of these common mistakes are easy to rectify and eliminate by practice and focus. Take full advantage of the tools we have here at Father IELTS. Talking to complete strangers during your day-to-day encounters will help you to minimize the stress of talking to an examiner. It is important that you be yourself and not to recite, practice, and memorized answers. These strategies will take you far and help you improve your score. Continue on to the next lesson to practice with some of our exercises. See you there.
Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. We have over 75 video lessons that were designed by an IELTS examiner who knows how to help you get the score you deserve. If you'd like to access more Father IELTS videos, more sample tasks, worksheets, and even use some of our practice exams, well, check out our full courses over on Udemy by clicking on the links in the description below. Those links will give you 85% off the full course price and give you full access to all of the materials we offer. I wish you the best of luck on your IELTS exam. See you next time.